Hello, this is Alexander Cross, attorney with Law Offices of Cross & Associates. If you'd like to learn more about criminal law here in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross & Associates. So we received an interesting inquiry on our channel here. Let's see, this has to do with a theft attempt. Let's see, my son is being accused of an attempted theft of a vehicle. He and his friends came out of a dance club and were drunk, and they tried to take the key from a couple who was parking. They say it was a joke. Someone called the police and they arrested him. Well, first of all, seeing that they were coming out of a dance club and they were drunk, I would have to assume that they were over the age of 21. If they were not, well then we'd have to talk about underage drinking. But assuming that they were over the age of 21, it's three of them. The first thing that comes to mind, simply because it was three of them, is they could file charges, the DA's office could file charges for a violation of Penal Code Section 182, which is a conspiracy to commit a crime. This is a felony that carries up to 3 years of state prison. Now, here's the thing. They claim that this was supposed to be a joke. Well, that's up for the jury to decide if this goes to trial, because obviously that's going to be a mental element of the crime. Now, they were intoxicated. First of all, remember, voluntary intoxication is not a defense. You can't say, oh, I got myself drunk, so anything that I did while I was drunk is not my fault. No. Voluntary intoxication is not a defense. It could be the basis, it could be a mitigating factor to reduce punishment, but it is not a defense to the crime. Unless somebody kidnapped you and drugged you up or forced you to drink down a tube or something, you're not going to be able to use drinking as a defense. Now, trying to take the key from a couple who was parking. Okay, that tells me right there that that's not just a robbery, that's a carjacking. Now, because it was an attempted crime, it'd be an attempted carjacking under Penal Code Section 664/215, which would carry up to 4.5 years of state prison. This is a really serious crime. This is not a small thing. This is a situation where if the DA doesn't buy the whole joking thing, now granted, if it really was a joke, if they legitimately had no intent to permanently deprive the owners of the property, like let's say it was somebody they knew, let's say there are witnesses who claim that they heard that they were talking about doing this joke, okay, that could be possible at a trial. But barring something like that, it's going to be very, very difficult to show that it was a joke. And really, if the DA doesn't go along with it, more likely the DA will not go along with it. This is a case that would more likely have to go to trial if they're going to try to show that it was a joke. Of course, combining all the other elements of what took place, all the other charges, this would be a very, very high-risk trial, because you would essentially have to convince a jury who doesn't know these three people that this was just some kind of gag. And probably the best thing to do in a situation like that, especially if it looks like the jig is up, so to speak, if it looks like there is no way that they could convince a jury that this was just a gag, this is a type of case that would have to get negotiated in order to avoid a pretty serious prison sentence. Regardless of that, if you'd like to learn more about criminal law here in the San Francisco Bay Area, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross & Associates. But if you'd like to have a conversation with us, if somebody in your family has been accused of a crime, be sure to give us a call here in the San Francisco Bay Area, 1-800-862-7677. Once again, 1-800-862-7677. The next video we're making has to do with somebody who had a suspended license. See you in the next video.